Hello everyone, welcome to the Ozark Outpost. This is Global War 85, Operation Warthog, Soviet Global Command 11.3. Here we go. I'm just going to say at the beginning here, to quote the forward air controller on Apocalypse Now, pull your people back and get your heads down. This is going to be a big one. Make sure you've taken any necessary bathroom breaks and got your snacks and drinks ready before you start too far into the video, because it's going to take a little while. Okay, tech. The Soviets did upgrade an army base, so now they have 5 roles. So, advanced logistics, advanced SLBM, SDI, advanced ASF, and Top Gun. Yes to advanced SLBM and advanced ASF. So advanced SLBM puts the Soviets on the board there at stage 1. Advanced ASF, they have completed. Now that will not change their buy for this turn. Okay. Next up, global operations, diplomacy. The Soviets are going to use their 2 free dice. Wait a minute. Yeah, they're still going to try it. They're going to use their 2 free dice to try to get a military pact with South Yemen, since it is adjacent to American-controlled Oman. All right, that's it for that. Military aid and purchase. The only military aid this turn is going to Warsaw Pact, spending 6 on a fighter. Then for themselves, the Soviets are spending 28 on 4 MBTs and 4 early gen fighters. It's 16 plus 12 is 28. And then they're spending 16 on 4 more MBTs, 12 on a pair of fighters, and 12 on a total of 6 early gen MBTs. And they are saving 1. And then here's the missile production: 6 cruise missiles, 5 anti-ship missiles. Okay, combat movement. This is going to get a little hairy because it's kind of crowded where it's happening. First off here, the backfire bomber and the strategic bomber at Macau are going to take off and fly 1, 2, 3, 4 over here to Tehran, where they are going to shoot 4 cruise missiles, 1, 2, into North Pakistan in a surgical strike. There's no SAM there, so no missile defense. Okay, next. One MBT from Eastern Saudi and 1 attack chopper are going in here to attack Oman, which has an American paramilitary defending. Okay, then 1 next-gen MBT is doing an unopposed attack into UAE to capture that. There's currently no one defending UAE. All right, then this next-gen MBT and 1 attack chopper are going to attack Qatar. Defended by one paramilitary. Bahrain is an island in the Gulf, so it's out of reach for the moment. From northern Saudi, this next-gen MBT, supported by this attack chopper from eastern Saudi, is attacking Kuwait, defended by a lone American paramilitary. This next-gen MBT from northern Saudi attacks Jordan, which has a cooperation treaty with the Americans, so when the Soviets attack them, they immediately sign a military pact with the Americans. Let's get that all through out of the way. This also going into this fight from Makkah will be these two early gen MBTs, fighter and just to make sure, the two early gen fighters. It shouldn't take that much, but to be sure. And then we'll move you over here a little bit to try to see it a little better through the crowd. These three MBTs and the fighter in Syria are attacking Lebanon and declaring war on them, so they get paramilitary to defend. Then these guys in Anatolia are making an unopposed attack into central Turkey. There's that. And I am going to run out of Soviet roundels. I'm going to have to break out Chinese to bridge the gap. Okay, and then from here in M10, we have, back up a little bit. From here in M10, the battle cruiser is shooting its two P700s into M7 to attack the NATO ships there. There is a cruiser and two frigates, so they will have 3 missile defense shots. And then the two destroyers, here are shooting a pair of cruise missiles into Marmara in a surgical strike. There is a SAM there, so they will have missile defense. And then up here, this cruiser and destroyer here in A14 move over here to A12, and they are shooting a pair of anti-ship missiles at the NATO fleet here in A11. Again, there is a cruiser and 2 frigates there, so they will have 3 missile defense shots. And the little arrow blew over. Since they're not using spy satellite, they are going to do an ASAT attack on the American spy satellite. And I think that's it as far as combat movement goes. Yes, I think that's it. So as long as we're here, we're going to do the anti-ship missile attack into A11 first. So we get 3 missile defense shots that all missed. Okay, 2 anti-ship missiles, both missed. Okay, now we have the ASAT shot. That missed. Yeah, not much luck for the Soviet there. All right, as long as I'm right here, I can go ahead and do it. We will do the P700 attack into M7. Again, there's 3 missile defense shots there. Okay, 1 missile is shot down. The other one gets through. And that gets a hit with a 4. We'll keep that in mind because we got to go around there. That's a hit with a 4. Now we have the surgical strike on Marmara. So there's 2 AMD shots there. Both miss. 2 cruise missiles go in for 1 hit. And they do have PGM. So we got 1 hit on the fleet in M7 and 1 hit on Marmara. So now we got to get around here to the other side of the table so we can do casualties. Let's get these off here out of the way. Okay, NATO has to take a hit on this card right here and this card right here, 1 each. Actually, no, this is target select, which they didn't get a 1, so they can't do this. So they'll target select 1 of the light infantry. That takes care of that. And then NATO will choose, well, since they're not pressed for flight ops right now, NATO is going to choose to take a damage on the supercarrier. Okay, there's that. All right, next. Next, we're going to do the surgical strike on North Pakistan. No missile defense. 4 cruise missiles coming in. Everybody missed. Yeah, the Politburo is not very happy with the results so far. A lot of resources being expended for very little gain. Okay, now we're going to have the Battle of Oman. That is an MBT and an attack chopper going against an American paramilitary with desert penalty. So, here's MBT. This is the attack chopper. And this is the American. So the MBT is green, the attack chopper is yellow, and the American is white. Okay, the MBT gets a hit, the American misses. So 1 land battle star to the Soviets, and Oman has been captured. For the greater glory of Soviet communism. Around along there. All right, next we will have the unopposed attack on UAE. So that is captured without a fight, no battle star. However, that does give the Soviets +2 IPP from 53 to 55. The Americans go down from 55 to 53. Okay, next, Qatar. We have next gen MBT and an attack chopper going against a paramilitary. So next gen MBT, attack chopper. Next gen MBT's black, attack chopper's yellow, paramilitary's white. Look at that, everybody missed. Okay, there is a hit by the attack chopper. The paramilitary missed. So that is going to be another land battle star for the Soviets. Get the American off there. The American roundel off there. Get my last Soviet roundel. Goes on Qatar. He sits on top of there. Okay. Now we're going to do the same thing again in Kuwait. We have a next gen MBT and an attack chopper going against a paramilitary. Same lineup on the dice as before. Okay. The attack chopper comes through again. The paramilitary missed. So that's another land battle star for the Soviets. The American off there. And now, as I said, I will have to start substituting with Chinese roundels. So there's Kuwait. He has combat land because he moved 2 spaces to get there. All right, next we will have the fight in Jordan. This one is a little more involved, so I will roll it one at a time here so we don't get too confused. Okay, so here's 2 early gen MBTs with desert penalty. Nothing. Okay, here's 2 early gen fighters. Nothing. Fighter. Nothing. Next gen MBT. Okay, there's the hit. There was also 2 attack choppers from Eastern Saudi, and that they weren't needed. There's the hit that was required. So here's the paramilitary defending. He does get a hit in defense. So that's another land battle star for the Soviets. So this guy's gone. Get a substitute roundel in here. 1 early gen MBT was a casualty. So this guy's here, this guy's here. These guys, as I said, also went on the attack. They just didn't roll. So they are in here as well. There's not enough room for the air that went, so they're just patiently waiting to non-combat move. Okay, now we're going to have the attack on Lebanon. I'm used to pronouncing it a different way because the good people of Lebanon, Missouri, refused to have their town name pronounced the same as Lebanon in the Middle East. If you go there and you pronounce it Lebanon, they will let you know real quick that is not correct. Okay, so we've got three MBTs and a fighter in the attack. There's no terrain in Lebanon. Okay, there's plenty. There's 3 hits. That's plenty. Defending paramilitary. Misses. Okay, that's another land battle star for the Soviets. You might say, why in the world are the Soviets doing all this little attacking? So, well, in the version 2 rules, Soviet bonus income has been changed. You've probably heard me mention in previous videos, every land zone in the Middle East that does not have an IPP value is a +1 bonus for the Soviets on their income. So they're in here collecting some easy cash. I think that may be it for combat. Let me check my notes real quick. Okay, we did Oman, UAE, Qatar, Kuwait, Jordan, Lebanon, M7 Myanmar, North Pakistan. We did the ASAT. Yep, that's it. So we got to come over here now and do our diplomacy roll for South Yemen to see if they sign that military pact. There's a 10. Yes, they do. That's another. That's going to be another IPP of bonus income for the Soviets. So we get that on there to cover that. I will change these guys out off camera so as not to hold things up. Okay, non-combat movement. The attack chopper from Oman is going to land back here in eastern Saudi, as is the one from Qatar. The one from Kuwait had to fly 2 spaces to get there. He had to combat land. The ones in Jordan combat landed. These guys from Jordan landed back in Makkah. These guys here they're going to try to stay centrally located. They're going to non-combat over here to Baghdad. Okay, over here, this mech from West Bengal moves to Hyderabad. This heavy aircraft cruiser in port here at Ethiopia is coming out of port. And with his port bonus, he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 and come over here and go in port to join the fleet that was acquired from India. I don't have just an aircraft carrier sculpt painted for the Soviets. I keep forgetting to do that, so we have to substitute with the one from India. So all these guys are in port over there at West Bengal now. Let's get these out of the way so I don't forget that they're already done. Okay, next we're going to have some mad shuffling going on over here in Africa. Okay. These 2 MBTs from Zaire move 1 space over here to Sudan. These 2 MBTs here from Zambia are 3 MBTs. Since it's non-combat movement, there's no terrain penalty. They go 1, 2 over here to Sudan. These 2 attack choppers in Zambia, 1, 2 over here to Sudan. The 2 infantry in Botswana, the 2 light infantry in Botswana, are going to drop down here to South Africa. These 4 attack choppers in South Africa they're going to wind up in essentially the same place anyway. So they'll use their air movement bonus from the base and go 1, 2, 3 up here to Zaire. This spag here in Angola will go 1, 2 down here to South Africa. This stuff up. Okay, the next gen MBTs here in was that Malawi? Yeah, they're in Malawi. Are going 1, 2 there to Kenya. The 2 MBTs in Ethiopia go 1 space over here to Sudan. Where did that guy come from? Oh, he was in the Oman attack. Not sure what he's doing out there. Wait, was he? Where did that guy come from? Oh, I set him there when I put a chip under. No. I don't know where that guy came from. He's just sitting out here in the water. Because I moved that guy back there, I moved that guy back there. He must have just been an extra. I must have chipped something, forgot to put him away or something, I guess. Okay, actually, the Soviets forgot a combat move. This ASW chopper from Hyderabad is going on patrol. They're in I-11. Okay, now just because things are making him a little nervous, this light infantry from Tabriz moves over here to Tehran. I think we're done on this part of the map. The 2 SSNs are going to continue to hang there in the mid-Atlantic. As was pointed out before, they're tying down quite a bit of Navy with their presence there. Okay, now the rest of the Baltic Fleet, which is a frigate and 2 diesel boats, will come over here to join their brethren and their Warsaw Pact brothers in A12. The guys here in eastern Poland, the Soviet guys, are moving up to western Poland. There they all are. The 4 early gen MBTs in Smolensk will use strategic land movement to 1, 2, 3 into western Poland. These two next-gen MBTs and two SPAGs are going to move down here into Romania. And I think that is it for non-combat movement. Get these off of here while I'm over here. Yep, I think that's it for non-combat movement. Okay, so I put things there and zoom in just a touch. We can see pretty good for what we're going to place here, because now we're up to placing units. Get this stuff out of my hands. Okay, so now we're going to place some units. So since pretty much everything is going up there anyway, let's just carry the whole build plate around here. Make it all in one nice easy trip. Okay, placing units. 4 early gen fighters go to the major air base in western Ukraine. 4 MBTs go to the major army base there. 4 MBTs go to the major army base in Smolensk. Soviets are in a position of having to backstop Warsaw Pact here now. Let's see. 4 early gen MBTs are built in Moscow. 2 fighters are built here at Baltic States. And the remaining 2 early gen MBTs are built here at Murmansk. Okay, military aid delivery. The fighter gets delivered to the airbase at Western Poland. And oh wait, there's another non-combat move. These 2 fighters were already here. They are going to Western Poland as well. Yeah. Okay, that's it for placing units. Collecting money. I'm actually only at 33 minutes. This turn went a little more smoothly than I thought it would, I guess. Okay, here's missiles. Cruise missiles and anti-ship missiles. Okay, the Soviets, as I said, are now at 55. Let's check the bonus situation. Okay. We're going to go through and do this count, and I always have trouble with this, but let's do the best we can here. Okay, so we're counting the ones with no IPP value. We'll start over here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 22, 22 going once. I believe 22 is the count on those. And then we have +1 for Central Turkey and Anatolia, that's 24. We have 2 each for Nigeria and Shiraz, that's 4 more is 28. We have 4 each for Eastern Saudi and UAE. That's going to be a total of 8 more is 36. 36 in wartime bonus income. 36 on to 55. When I was in school was 91. That is a whole hell of a lot of IPPs. A whole hell of a lot. 75, 80, 90, and 1, plus the one they saved, puts 92 in the Soviet Central Bank for next term. Let's see, this time they accumulated 5 more. 5 more battle stars, which is going to give them a total of 13. Okay, Ozark Outpost. Over and out.